We are getting more and more requests from you, the viewers, to bring people, they work and dedicated lives to animals. And as the animal lover myself, I would like to follow that interest.
The VIAMIA show is brought to you by the following people.
Charlie's Chocolate Factory is a family-owned business operating since 1970. Charlie's has molded chocolates for corporate events, weddings, and holidays. For information, call 604-437-8221. Good Cleaning Services has been serving Greater Vancouver since 2008. For more information, contact Ivanka at 778-321-0174. Recording, rehearsal space, voiceovers, video editing in New Westminster. For more information, fiascobros.com. Melina Pham Makeup Artistry and Hairstyling. Makeup applications for film, airbrushing, glamour makeup, high fashion makeup, bridal makeup, and hairstyling. More details at melinaphamglobalartistry.com. Cuts and Colors in Uptown New Westminster. We welcome our stylist George of Salon Caliente. For appointment, call 604-544-5104. Private Investigations, Security and Alarm Systems since 1972. For more information, call 604-251-2121.
Almost 2 years ago, we visited a no-kill animal shelter located in Richmond. We did a show right on location. And today I'd like to follow up on a few things. So I brought the chair of the Richmond Animal Protection Society, Fearn Edmonds. Nice to having you here. You know, we have so many emails coming at the more we want to have more with animals, more about animals. So I'm glad that you could come and visit us today. So because you brought some animals, I'd like to bring them on the set. So why don't we start, because I see that one of our friends, it's impatient. So tell me what we're having here.
Okay, this is Fluffy. He's just coming on right now.
Thank you so much. Fluffy?
Fluffy.
Beautiful colors.
And Fluffy is 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
He came from a very, very sad situation.
Yeah.
And he was not very healthy when we got him. He had sired many litters of kittens, and he was one of 15 animals that we took out of a very bad situation. Mm-hmm. But he's now a very healthy boy. He's very loving, very affectionate, and we're hoping to find him his forever home.
Well, he's beautiful. Look at the colors. Yeah. Fluffy.
Yeah, he's a very laid-back guy, mm-hmm. and he's been waiting patiently.
So what's your take on when the people, they own cats, to keep them as an indoor pet or also outdoor?
Our policy is to keep cats indoors. Yes, yeah. It's much safer for them. Mm-hmm. And the average cat, if it lives outside or goes outside, mm-hmm. they live about 7 years, whereas an indoor cat you can have for 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. So.
I've seen quite a few cats in your shelter. When all of them they look to me that they are happy where they are, because you have such a loving staff. But still, it's better for them to have a steady home, right?
Absolutely. Yes, every single one of them deserves to have a home.
But
right?
It seems like he wants to go where he came from.
Yes.
Do you want to take him back to his little cabin, or?
Yeah, he's a little bit nervous.
Hello, how are you, Fluffy?
But he's a big, healthy boy.
Yeah.
And you would never believe he was the father of so many kittens. But he's fixed now.
Oh, I would believe it. So, would I be able to hold him?
Of course. There you go.
Okay, Fluffy.
You can see he's nice and solid.
Hey, beautiful. Let me see. Let me see how long you're going to stay with me. So, look at this. I like about your shelter, it's indoor, outdoor as well. And you have, I don't know, he wants to jump. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go. It was nice to meet you. I really like the colors. Beautiful,
beautiful cat.
I think he knows where is it him?
Sorry. Yes, it's him.
Among you have cats, you have dogs, you have birds, you have rats, you have rabbits, and everything like that. And even though this show is half hour, always seems to be shorter. Why don't we start to slowly bring more of them there? There are two impatient, cute little dogs, who I met before. And I would like you to tell me a little bit about them. They look like brother and sister, are they?
Actually, they're not. This one is Chico, and he is 10 years old. You can take him, Chico. And he's just a love bug. And this is Sassy, and she's 9. And these two have an interesting story because they came in separately.
Okay, so they didn't come together.
They didn't come together. They were both surrendered by their owners. And they met at the shelter and they fell in love with each other.
Look at this.
So we don't want to separate them. So we're looking for a home for them together.
So they would go together.
They would go
I don't
together.
think that would be good for them, right? To be separate.
No.
Anyway, at this
no,
point.
I don't think so. So they do everything together. They sleep together. They walk together. They eat together. So
They perform on a show together.
They do. She's a little more nervous than he is.
So I'm glad that you were
high-strung.
holding her because probably she's knows you better than. When I was back to your shelter a few months ago and I talked to your volunteers, who usually are your volunteers?
We have quite a lot of volunteers from all different walks of life. So we have seniors, people who are retired, we have students, we have people that just love animals and, they work full time, but they take some time out of their busy lives to come and help at the shelter. So basically everybody and anyone. So anyone who is interested in volunteering, encourage them to get in touch with us and we'll find them a spot.
Do you also work with the foster families?
Yes, we have lots of animals in foster. Lots and lots.
Isn't it better when they go straight to their new home?
If we can find a home for them right away, that's great. But let's say for these two, because we want them to go together. If we could find a foster home for them in the interim.
But would they be there until they find their home?
That's the plan, yeah.
They would not return back to you?
No, not unless the foster family had some circumstances that they needed to.
Which is really bad for the animals,
yes,
right?
so we prefer them,
changing environments.
So I think this one is after the cat, so maybe
I think we'll
let her go off the sheet.
We'll let her go? Is Chico okay with me?
I think so.
Chico, are you okay with me here? I think it doesn't complain,
he's
so
good.
I think I would like to keep. You already had the chance to see it rapsociety.com. I haven't had a chance to say it, but it's a beautiful site where we can see lots about this unique place and read more. And there is a contact there as well, so they can contact you if there's anything. Pictures. I love your shelter. Remember when we were there first time when we were taping the show? It's okay, Chico. I'm still with you. You had 2 goats at that time.
Yes, that's right.
It was like a year and a half, but I know that very shortly after we left, the goats were adopted. And all of the animals, because when I got there later, I didn't see anything there anymore what I saw before, which was a good sign. Even though I see the treatment is amazing there, what you guys giving them. There's a lot of petting, a lot of affection, a lot of everything.
Yeah, we actually have a group of mostly women that come in, and we call them our kitty comforters. And they come just to pet the cats and brush them and socialize them. So, yeah, it's awesome.
But those cats, they have such a beautiful room. They don't even look like they need anybody else there.
I know.
They're so comfortable there.
Yeah.
Interesting how many different animals I've seen that I would never see anywhere else. You had rats, you had roosters, you had rabbits. And I know that you have one here.
We do. We have a lot of rabbits. We have about 100 in the shelter right now. Richmond has an overpopulation problem with rabbits. So we've got one right here right now. His name is Frosty. So,
are we ready for him? Is he going to be okay with Chico? I think he's kind of asking to go out, but I don't want to let him go.
He just wants to be with his girlfriend, I think.
Girlfriend is gone, so now you have to get used to me.
Yeah.
I think we're getting your.
Is he going to be okay with the?
Yeah, let him. Let's just come to see him.
Yeah,
Frosty.
Yeah, this is Frosty,
Look
and
at
you can see why he's named Frosty. He's all frosted.
Yes, nice.
And he's an
colors.
absolutely gorgeous little guy.
Is it? I think Chico wants to go closer. It's just probably not a good idea, or is it?
No.
No. Okay, I guess not. No.
So this little guy here was found at the Richmond Auto Mall, where we have dozens and probably hundreds of stray rabbits. So somebody brought him in. He's 5 years old, and he had a mate who unfortunately passed away, so he's very lonely. And we would love to find him a home with somebody that's...
Okay, let's see him a little closer because...
look how
he's
cute.
hidden.
Look how
It's
cute that little
beautiful.
face.
Look at the little... Definitely needs...
Yeah, look at his little feet.
And oh my
See how
God.
soft he is?
Yes, very soft.
He's just amazing.
So can they be also litter trained?
Yes.
Really? The rabbits
Yeah.
can be?
People who have rabbits as pets say that they're as good as dogs. They follow them around, they sit on the couch with them.
That is something I've
I
never
know,
really
they're
heard.
just amazingly
But I guess you
affectionate.
have to work with them right from the beginning, or you can
Yeah.
actually bring some habits like that later on.
I think even this guy, even though he's 5 years old, you could integrate him in quite
Yeah.
easily and train him. And because he's so, see how affectionate he is?
So look at this.
You know, I mean,
I don't think
you
he
could
wants
sit
to
there
move.
and watch TV, you could have a rabbit on your lap, no different.
Yeah. So, well, that's what you were looking for, to have a company when you're watching TV, when you do anything
That's
around
right.
the house.
Companion
Frosty is there for you, so
Yeah.
rapsociety.com is the place to contact. There's a lot of people when you walk in, they can greet you because there's numerous of your volunteers around always, right?
That's right, and we're there to help you answer any of your questions or support you in you know, any animal issues that you might have.
How easy, how difficult is to get an animal from your shelter,
Well,
to adopt animal?
basically, if you came in to apply for example, for Chico and Sassy, we would, you know, go through the questionnaire and everything and just determine what sort of dog you're looking for, what kind of family you have. If you've had dogs before, we do spend a lot of time with the potential adopters, and we do a home check for dogs, just to
Yeah.
make sure that the home is suitable. So we
I
do
think
that.
that's a very good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
And we want to make sure that if you're living in a rented place that it's okay for your landlord, because a lot of animals we get in are abandoned because the places that people lived in, they couldn't keep them anymore, or they moved, and the new place couldn't keep animals. So we just want to make sure that's not going to happen again. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you provide? Any workshop or anything for people that are new owners or first to become an owner?
Well, we don't necessarily have workshops, but we do have a lot of material available, and
Okay.
we're totally there to support them.
Yeah, that's good.
So people, you know, they call us, and we go to their homes if need be, or whatever, and
Yeah, if they need some help,
Support, yeah.
assistance in
Yeah.
their first steps and anything like that. Well, I have a lot of more questions, and I don't really want to interrupt it, so we're going to take a short break right now, and right after that with Fearn Edmonds from Rap Society. I'll be right back.
The VIAMIA show is brought to you by the following people.
Charlie's Chocolate Factory is a family-owned business operating since 1970. Charlie's has molded chocolates for corporate events, weddings, and holidays. For information, call 604-437-8221. Good Cleaning Services has been serving Greater Vancouver since 2008. For more information, contact Ivanka at 778-321-0174. Recording, rehearsal space, voiceovers, video editing in Westminster. For more information, fiascobros.com. Melina Pham Makeup Artistry and Hairstyling. Makeup applications for film, airbrushing, glamour makeup, high fashion makeup, bridal makeup, and hairstyling. More details at melinaphamglobalartistry.com. Cuts and colors in Uptown Westminster. We welcome our stylist George of Salon Caliente. For appointment, call 604-544-5104. Private investigations, security and alarm systems since 1972. For more information, call 604-251-2121.
So we are back with the chair of Richmond Animal Protection Society, Fearn Edmonds, who brought a couple dogs, cat, and a rabbit, but there is so much to see and spend time with if you would like to choose a new company at your home. who you can dedicate your life, because it's a big commitment and people should understand it, right?
Absolutely.
Those stories behind some of the animals that ended up in your shelters are is just very painful sometimes to hear. And not that I like to go back and forth, but just remember a dog who you had that last year, just can't escape my memory, who was turned into your shelter in the age of 12 or 13 because of terminal illness, and the family didn't want to face their last days. Is something like that happens often that people bring at those times when the dog needs the family the most?
Unfortunately, we do see that, and not too often, but we do see it enough. Even once is too much, especially for an elderly animal. Like these dogs, for example, at 9 and 10, it's been very hard on them because they've had the same, same family for all this time.
Yeah.
And luckily they met each other. But some animals, they pine and they don't eat, and especially with a lot of elderly cats, a lot of them will just pass away. We have to force feed them and to try to keep them alive. They go into grief, terrible grief.
So sad to know that. So so when we decide to have a pet, just let's put the commitment there.
Yeah, it's a lifetime.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
But I was happy to see that the dog was not in a shelter anymore. Shortly after we aired the show, the dog was adopted. So found what I've heard passed away, but found for the last days the loving family. So that was a great story. And I saw in your shelter, the place you go through a lot of tons and tons of food. Where does the food come from?
Well, we have a lot of people donate food to us, and we get we work with a raw food company, Jake and Daisy's. Okay. And they supply the food for the shelter, and we sell some food to the public as well out of the shelter. But these dogs are on a raw food diet, and that's part of the reason they're quite healthy, and the cat as well. That encouraged them to get their health improved quite a bit.
Do you work with the vet? Is it any frequent or regular visits of the vet to the shelter? Or?
We have a couple of local vets that we work with, and they make sure that they're available to us whenever we need them. So, right now, we don't actually have a vet that does home visits on a regular basis, so we're looking to work on with our vets for the future.
Well, like I said, when I mentioned at the beginning, no-kill shelter, there are quite a few that the opposite of the program. So why is it that we can't have all shelters that would be no-kill?
Operating a no-kill shelter is extraordinarily expensive. We have a cat sanctuary in Richmond that's on a 6-acre piece of property, and right now we have about 470 cats there. At one time we had 900.
Oh my.
It costs a fortune, and it's all through donations to keep those cats healthy. And
I understand, I understand, but at the same time I don't. So I had to ask that question.
I know. And you know what? We'll never change. We'll always be no-kill. I don't think we would operate if we were going to do anything else. No,
please don't. And then I see those animals are happy there. They're so happy. I can see when they're running to you, and it just seems like they're really not missing nothing. Anyway, they do miss. They need to have stable home. And I don't want to forget one thing, because you send me quite a few pictures, and I'd like to go through them now if we can. The other animals, they're looking for homes, and they're part of your website. So here they are.
Here are these two.
Stars of the show.
Right.
There are these guys. So these ones are really looking for Cookie.
Yeah, Cookie's a beautiful cat. Look at those markings.
Amazing colors.
Yeah.
Never seen that before. Beautiful eyes. So it's another one who is looking for. This one is
a guinea pig.
Guinea pig, 3-year-old. But I couldn't figure out what it was.
It was.
How old do they usually? How old they
guinea
usually
pigs live about 5 years, 6 years. So he's kind of a middle-aged guy. Yeah.
So what about Iris and
Ilana? Actually, good news, they got adopted 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember I was asking you, just give me last-minute pictures.
That's right.
Because we never know.
We were going to actually bring them on the set. A couple of kittens, really
nice.
sweet.
Good
Very
for them.
sweet.
Hopefully nice home. Pluto, beautiful one.
He's 6 weeks old, Pluto.
This is little one.
Yeah.
How little is he?
He's actually not that little. He's going to be a really big guy. No, he's almost the size of our other one there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Frosty.
Is it 6 weeks
Yeah.
already? Okay, we have not a big.
He's a big, beautiful boy. He's a purebred Rottweiler, very affectionate, loves to play.
Okay, so I think this one was there when I. Could it be there like 3 months ago? Could I see him
Yes,
there?
those
'Cause
are
I was-
harder to adopt,
I was
the big
playing
dogs.
with a dog who was very friendly, very affectionate. And this one, Chico, seems to be very affectionate, except he's missing somebody. You know, the shelter where I went, I like, because like I said, it's huge. You have outdoor, your volunteers are constantly walking dogs outside, they're bringing them inside. They're playing with others. They're always, washing machine is running with stuff. There is one busy place. What happened to the roosters? The rest of the animals we haven't even mentioned. Do they ever get adopted?
Actually, they did. The
Yeah?
roosters went to homes, the chickens went to homes, and we make sure that people aren't going to eat them. So a lot of them go to hobby farms. So yeah, we've had quite a number of farm animals come through. We had a calf that was found wandering down the street with goats.
Yeah, I remember those goats. Do you also make sure where they go and how
Yes,
they're
we
going to be
do.
used in the future?
You bet. Yes, we do.
We don't want to see them where we shouldn't, right?
Nope.
In the future. So after the people adopt their animals from your shelter, you still keep close touch with them, or not much?
We do follow up and make sure that everything's going well. And we also let people know that if at any time they get an animal from us and if things don't work out, they can bring it back. That's what we want them to do. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out for whatever reason, and it happens sometimes, unfortunately, the best thing to do is bring them back and we'll rehome them. So.
Okay. And when we talk, I think that Sassy wants
she
to
wants
go.
to go.
Okay, so we'll say goodbye to Sassy. Well, the pictures, what we saw mainly the cats. I mean, what are the animals I haven't even mentioned you have still there?
Well, most.
I remember rats. You have
yes,
rats.
we
You
had
still have?
actually at one point, not too long ago, we had 35 rats come in, and they all got homes except
Oh,
for
yeah?
2. I think there's 2 there now. But
Okay.
we've had chinchillas. We have a number of birds,
Yeah.
parrots, small parrots like lovebirds and budgies,
And rats, they can become like a pet.
they're very smart and very affectionate.
Smart, that I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the rats that came into us. They were all pretty well trained, so they were tame. And we actually used to have one that used to attend our meetings, our board meetings. It would sit on your shoulder and try to take your earrings off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it looked like little hands.
Well, again, Richmond Animal Protection Society in Richmond address, all information would be on arabsociety.com. We are sitting with Fearn Edmonds, the chair of the company, and I wanted to mention don't forget one thing. Do you have one event coming up soon on Halloween?
Yes, we do.
On October 31st, I would like you to say something about it.
We have our annual or biannual gala, and it's called Paws and Pumpkins, and it's a fundraising event, and it's at the Pacific Gateway Hotel, and we're selling tickets to that right now. And through the money that we raise through these events is how we support our shelter.
Oh, okay.
So anyone who's interested, you can contact us or go online, and you can get the tickets online. Till the end of September, they're $90 each.
Okay, so we see the website right on the screen right now.
Right.
Would be great. We're just around the corner, 1 or 2 weeks from now, so that'll be great. And again, anybody fell in love with Chico or Sassy or Frosty? I forgot all those names, but they were here, beautiful animals. Like you see, Chico never saw me before and seemed to be quite comfortable.
Yeah.
But still, I think he needs his girlfriend.
He does.
They have to go together.
Yeah.
Before, I will say goodbye to Fearn, even not very happily. I have a couple things to ask, and hopefully he's going to remain on my lap. There is a cup that every of my guests, which is very special to me, signs. So you can't live without that. We have for every season 1 cup. We already have full 7. And when you're done, I have something what one of our sponsors would like to give you as a present. Charlie's Chocolate Factory, who's been molding his beautiful, wonderful, and very tasty chocolates for years. I think I'm going to ask you to hold Chico for a moment because I'm afraid he's not going to stay with me.
Okay, there you go, Chico.
I want to show you something. So this is one of the chocolates, and that would be a bear. He wants to give it to you for being here. There is a cat.
Oh, how cute.
I never know where to look. I'm always confused. And the last one would be a dog.
Oh, neat.
So these are the presents that the Charlie's Chocolate Company is giving to our guests, and this is something what you're going to be going home with.
Oh, lovely.
So don't share it with the dogs.
No.
But this is definitely going to go with you. Thank you very much for being on the show with us today and sharing the information. Thank you for the animals you brought. I hope when I see you next time, I will see you in a home and happy with Sassy. Thank you very much for watching VIAMIA, and we'll see you next week.
Great. Thank you so much.